You make a difference and you are enough. But I don't think you know just how enough you really are. And I'm not only speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself too in this segment. Because we often don't realize just how enough we really are. We have no idea the impact that our absence would leave on this earth, as well as the impact that our presence already do. So let's get into it. All right, this is where I got today's inspiration. In church today, they hand out free coffee, which is amazing. I go to this church called Liquid Church over in Parsippany, New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey. And on these free cups of coffee, there are these empowering messages that I don't think a lot of people realize. The ones that are writing it, I'm not sure if they know the impact it has on the people that are actually grabbing the cup of coffee. Today, I got the one that says, "You make a difference." And it inspired this video. Honestly, I'm going to get into the butterfly effect, but this is another thing in terms of just not realizing the impacts of our day-to-day and what we do. We are individual, unique creatures. There is no one like us. And the reason why we fail to recognize and understand the impact in our own value and self-worth is because we often compare. And the moment we start to actually accept ourselves, our unique, goofy, weird, just one of a kind self, is a moment we start really understanding our own value and appreciating our own value and ultimately loving ourselves. But the only way we can get to self-love, I'll paint this picture for you. If you were standing on one side of a river and on the other side of the river was your self-love and there is a bridge to cross it, what would you label that bridge? What would you call that bridge? Because when I first heard that, me being me, drop a comment below right now actually. If you're watching this video right now in this moment, drop your guesses below before I actually reveal the answer in terms of what that bridge's name or label would be. But when I first heard that, I thought of like success or wins or some type of goal or accomplishment. So like me being myself, I associated my self-love being directly correlated to what I can produce, and my value was directly tied to what I can do and what I can produce. But if you remove that, what is there to love? So it had me thinking. So the answer I'm going to reveal to you, right? I didn't want to drag it out or make it all this, make it so like, I guess, anticipating, or intense. The answer to that bridge is self-acceptance. Let that sink in for a minute. If you are able to accept yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, you name it, then you can actually love yourself. But don't mistaken self-acceptance to being content and being comfortable with who you are and not putting in the work for self-development and all these. No. Pump the brakes on that. Because I fell victim to that for the longest time. What do you mean I need to accept myself as I am? I need to get better. I'm not perfect the way I am, but there's no such thing as perfect. It's a matter of looking in the mirror and realizing that you are unique. God made you the exact way that you are in this very moment. The weaknesses and the strengths, that's what it is. You don't have flaws. I don't like to even consider them flaws. Whoa. You don't have flaws. I don't even like to consider them flaws. Honestly. What we have are weaknesses and strengths. That's it. So the moment you are able to accept your weaknesses, accept your strengths, then you can love yourself. Next, I want to talk about how your impact matters. This ties into the whole idea of like, you really don't know how enough you are. Oftentimes I catch myself not knowing how enough I am. But our impact has so much value and power. Have you heard about the butterfly effect? This is like the theory of like, I think it's like some term in terms of like the chaos theory or something in that realm. I'm gonna butcher it, so take it for what it is. The best way I can kind of articulate it is one of the greatest events, or maybe like even like a hurricane or tsunami, whatever, can stem from just a flap of a wing of a butterfly. and the trickling effect, like the flap of a wing causes the wind to blow and the leaf to fall, and things go on, and one thing leads to another, and it leads to this major big event. So I bring that butterfly effect theory up in terms of, like, I don't think you realize the power that your compliment, you being able to be a listening ear to somebody, you offering assistance to somebody, you holding the door for a person could have a world of a difference. Smiling at a stranger can have a world of a difference in another person's life. An example, the person that wrote "You make a difference" on this coffee cup this morning had no idea that I was going to grab that coffee, I was going to sip it, I was going to finish it, I was going to read it, actually read it before and after I'm finished drinking it, and I was going to read it and say, you know what, I want to make a video on this. I want to talk on this topic. I want people to know that you matter. I want you to know that you make a difference. And I don't want you to just read it. And I say this to myself also, I don't want to just read it. I want you to believe it. Believe it. Because it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. You were made in this crafted, unique, beautiful, one-of-a-kind way to bring some type of value to this world. And I don't care what, actually I do care what you're going through, but no matter what you're experiencing, what you're enduring, the self-doubt, the enemy placing these doubts in your head, God made you this way. Know that you have a gift inside of you that the world would be robbed of if you were no longer here. Perfection isn't the goal. Remember that. Because I fell victim to that for the longest time, thinking I need to be perfect or I need to be the closest thing to it and that is my goal. No. The other P is the goal, not perfection. It's progress. Progress is the goal. Progress is what matters, because progress equals growth, and growth is really the goal at the end of the day. You're not going to get to a point where you're just like, yeah, I made it. I checked off all the boxes. I'm a perfect human being. That's impossible. But if you're able to look at the small wins and generate momentum off of it and realize you are enough, realize you do matter, realize you do make a difference, realize that reflecting on the past 2 years, 3 years, decade in your life, whatever, since the moment you came on this earth, you've been growing, you've been improving. Sure, you fell down a couple times, you made some poor mistakes, felt as though you took 10 steps back and 1 step forward in certain seasons of your life, but how about your overall growth? Let that sink in. And negative self-talk, just talking down on yourself. I've fallen victim to that too. Making a mistake and calling yourself stupid and beating yourself up. You have to be kind to yourself when you're becoming someone you've never been before. When you're dealing with things and experiencing obstacles and challenges that you've never experienced before. Because you have to remember that there's no one there, if I can promise you, there's no one there to help you through these experiences, because you're the first one experiencing it. No one's there to hold your hand and teach you how to get around it. So technically, as you're living it, you're learning it. So you have to be kind to yourself. You have to give yourself grace. And there's a big difference between holding yourself accountable and beating yourself up. And if you keep beating yourself up, you're going to knock yourself out. So you have to be kind to yourself and be aware of that negative self-talk when you make a mistake and you're beating yourself up. That's not holding yourself accountable. That's holding yourself down. So be kind to yourself and know that if you keep going, you'll figure it out. As long as you don't stop, I can promise you, you will figure it out. So all in all, what I'm trying to say is you are enough. You are so enough. The value you bring to your relationships, the value you bring to the world, the love you have to give is absolutely so enough. And don't let your own inner voice, your own inner critic, or anybody outside or around you tell you otherwise. And I just want to say and share this. After a breakup, I'm talking to you men, not even just men in general. We all can often feel as though we aren't enough when we feel rejected and a person walks out of our life and we start questioning our own worth and value and ourselves. Now I'm speaking to you men. If you're going through that season of heartbreak and you're struggling and you're looking for guidance, you're looking for a community, you're looking for support, you're looking for a brotherhood, then let me help you. If you're ambitious and you're willing to and wanting to get out, then join my community. Join my school community. There's a free app associated with it. There is a monthly investment. It's $49 a month. And you get access, direct access to me, but other like-minded men on that same journey. Click on the link in the description if you're interested. There's testimonials. There's other videos that break down what's actually in the community. But allow me to help you get back to you. And the only thing standing in your way is yourself. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for the support. Regardless, just sitting through this video and watching all of this means the world to me. Subscribe, like, drop a comment below. I see your favorite part. Like, what's your favorite part? What'd you like? What'd you resonate with? Talk to me. I love reading it. I love this community that we're building. You know, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I can't speak for the future or what's going to happen in a week or 2 or 3 or 4, a month, a year down the road. But what I can speak on right now is that I don't plan on stopping. So let's go. Peace from these.